Hey gang, it is February 27th, 2019, and this is another Joe Daddy's Workshop video. And I have a special guest today, my wife. She agreed to do this with me. Can you believe it? I can't, but she doesn't really want to, but she's going to do it. So this is going to be fun, I think. What we're going to talk about today is one of these AeroGardens. And we'll go into more detail briefly, but we received one of these for Christmas. Somehow Santa Claus brought us one. I didn't even know about it, but Santa brought us one. And so we have a little AeroGarden set up. And I'll show you some of that too, because I think it's really cool to look at it. It's been in operation for about 60 some days right now, and the thing is doing great. It's making all kinds of growth with the vegetables, and like I said, I'll show you that in just a minute. But we're going to show you this one, and we're going to get this one set up. This is the AeroGarden Bounty Elite with Wi-Fi, and we'll get into that more in just a minute. But say hi to my wife. She can say hi too. Say hi, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
Again, this is my wife Debbie, and those are my dogs, and they're going to bark. Okay, obviously my wife is shorter than me, so I'm going to have to duck down a little bit, just the way it is. But we're going to open up this box and show you what's inside. There is a bunch of information right here, but it's about warranty and different things. It's just a sign-up thing. We can read that later.
So I am an instruction reader and he is not.
Yeah, I don't follow rules very well.
Okay, so you get instructions, customer support, and a recipe. 2 recipes.
So there's some informational sheets that come with it. Little flyer from AeroGarden for customer support, and a recipe for easy tomato basil soup.
And another one on the back.
Oh, and another one on the back. Lemon dill vinaigrette.
Kit comes with a seed pod kit with different herbs. And you can order these seed pods off of their website or Amazon. You can get many different kinds of herbs or salad garden stuff or cherry tomatoes. There's lots to choose from on there. But this kit came with a seed pod kit. Sure, this goes to our grow light that goes on it. This is the grow light.
See, it's kind of cool here. It's got these vents up on the top. Of course, this is still in the plastic. And then, of course, all these LEDs on the inside. Pretty cool. Okay, so as you can see, hopefully see, there's a little monitor up here in the front, and we'll show more of that later. But you can also see that this has 9 spaces for your pods. This top piece comes off. Pretty simple. But inside, there's an electric circulating pump, and there's a cord on the back side that plugs into the base. There's a port for it right there. You can also remove the main body from the base, but you just plug in that little pump and that takes care of that. Yeah, there's a little catch right there to keep it from getting out of place whenever you set the top back on.
Telescopic.
This is a telescopic rod that holds the grow light, and that is keyed. It has grooves on either side here that line up with the base, and that locks in. And then there is another cord. This plugs into your grow light, and this cord plugs into your wall outlet. Okay, what we wanted to show you with this top plate that holds the pods, if you turn it over, it has this port right here. And what that does, the port connects to the pump. And the water pumps up into that port, and then it comes out to these little tabs, and I can show you that a little closer, here on the sides. And to make a point of that, this is one of the pods. This happens to be Italian parsley. So when I put this through that port, hopefully you can see this area right here pumps directly onto this seed base, whatever that may be called internally there. But it puts water directly on that. So that's kind of cool. Now as she sets that in place, we noticed per the instructions that there's a trellis. So if you have a plant that has some vines, or it's going to be a broad plant that needs support, that's what these extra pieces are for. You see them right here. And these two pieces actually connect together. They've got pins on them. Hopefully you can see that. And they interlock. Whoops. They interlock to each other. So we can put one of these on. So one in place. Get the other in place, and they interlock together, and then this front section locks together.
And you may not need this trellis, it just depends what you're growing. So it's optional.
So we may or may not need it, but for now we're just going to put it on. Okay, so as you can see, we took the trellis back off. Per the instructions, you really put that on later whenever the plants start getting big and needing support. So there was no reason to leave it on at this point. Right now my wife is going to put the grow light on, and it's really simple. It just slips onto the port. And settles on. And then there's a secondary cord that plugs into the light itself. As I showed earlier, it's got a kind of a figure 8 looking shape to it. So she's going to remove the wire tie, or the tie, and plug in the light. She can do it. Okay. Now again, per the instructions, it says at this point you plug in your AeroGarden to the wall outlet. As you can see, we've raised the light to its full length, just so it's easier to work with the base. So she's going to plug it in, and then the screen on the front lights up. It starts off with some basic instructions. One of them says quick plant, the other one says home. So again, look at your instruction manual as to what you want to do, but I'll let her make her decision what she wants to do.
We're going to do quick plant.
Oh, you can see that the light came on. Let me back up so you can see that.
And it just says it's going to guide us, get us started in getting our AeroGarden set up. And it has where you can change your clock settings, which will be crucial because you want your light to come on at a certain time, and then some plants, depending what they are, will determine how many hours that grow light you want that grow light to stay on. And so it'll let you set all that here. Okay, so we're going to set the setting to, or the time setting to what it is right now. So I'm going to touch change settings. 4, so 4, and it is PM, 4:53 PM. I'm going to touch OK. pick settings correct. Select the option that best represents the type of garden you'll be growing. In this one, I want to do lettuce. That's going to be the main, the main plant that I'm planting, different types of lettuce. There's also herbs, tomatoes, peppers, flowers, grow anything, and I'm actually going to be trying to do a stevia plant in there. I don't know if it'll grow or not, but we're going to give it a try. But my main one will be lettuce, so I'm going to touch lettuce. And it tells me to optimize lettuce growth, lights will be on 16.5 hours per day. So this light will stay on that amount of time. So you might want to set this somewhere where this light might be on late at night where it won't bother you because it'll be very bright. And then it'll tell me set light on and off times. And I would like this light, right now it's saying 8 a.m. and it'll come on and turn off at 12:30 a.m., which is really late. I would like to come on much earlier. So I'm going to have it come on at probably 6 a.m. Maybe even 5 a.m.
And it changes the other one automatically, I see.
Yeah, so it'll be on for 16.5 hours. So it automatically sets the off time for you.
Mm-hmm.
You set the time you want it to come on. And you can, I think, change that, but the recommendation is that it's on for 16.5 hours. So I'm good with that. It's on at 5 a.m. and it'll turn off at 9:30 p.m. Hit OK. I'm just going to click on settings correct. And that's it for setting the clocks and lights. So now we're gonna plant our garden. Now it's telling me to add my distilled water. It says tap water or distilled water through our port, which is right here. This pops off. That's where we're going to add our water and our plant food. We have well water, and it recommends not to use well water just because of what's in the water. So it interferes with the plant food that they provide. So we have distilled water, which we use.
Before she actually puts water in, if I could show you, there's a little indicator right there. And that's how far you're supposed to fill it up to. So just know that when you start adding water.
All right, we're going to add our water.
So that was 1 gallon of water, and it needs a little bit more to get to the top.
I think we're there. Yep. Okay, we got our water filled. Next step, I'm going to hit next. Next step is to plant your grow pods by inserting them in the grow deck, which is this. Set grow domes on pods. Okay, so this is a separate kit. The kit that came with this was the gourmet herb kit, and I already have one of those growing with the other AeroGarden. So this one I wanted to do salad lettuce with. So I ordered this separate from the actual AeroGarden.
And there you can see heirloom salad greens.
And this contains 6 pods, so 6 different lettuce plants will grow. Open. And there it is. Okay, so there's different kinds in here. It'll tell you what kind of lettuce it is. And it tells you how quick it'll sprout. It gives you a time frame. And then the medium underneath, that means how tall it'll get, which is very important because if you have tall items like the cherry tomatoes that grow really tall, you want to put those in the back and your shorter ones and medium ones in front so they're easier to get to.
So you're going to plant all 6 of those?
Yes.
Okay.
It looks like they're all mediums, so
What's that first one you're planting?
this is a black-seeded Simpson.
Okay. Say that 3 times real fast.
Pop that in there. This is red sails.
Red sails? How do you spell that?
S-A-I-L-S.
Oh, okay.
Deer tongue.
Deer tongue. That's different. I've never heard of that.
Yummy. This is Paris Island. Rouge. I don't know. I'm botching that up. I don't
Let me
know
see what
to
that
say.
one says.
It almost looks French, so I don't want
Rouge de Hiver. I don't know. I'm guessing. Rouge de
to.
Hiver.
I'm not even going to attempt it.
Rouge de Hiver. I don't know. We'll find out. And what's
And I'm going to put that right here.
okay? And what's that one?
This is Marvel of Four Seasons. I'm going to pop that one here. These are all medium height lettuces.
I see salad in my future.
Lots of salad in the future.
What else is in the box? Anything?
Okay, yes. The next step is also to place the domes over here because the seed is already in that little pod that we put in.
Let me just show that.
These are little plastic domes to help protect the little seed in there and keep the humidity at the right temperature until it starts
And
to
those just
grow.
kind of snap over?
And I just heard the pump come on, so it's starting to...
Yep. You can
circulate
hear
the
it
water.
kind of trickle. That's cool. Okay. Then what's the next step?
Well, I would like to add some cherry tomato plants in there too. So I'm going to add I think I'll do, should I do 2 or 1?
I don't know.
I'll do 1
So we have
cherry
heirloom
tomato.
cherry tomatoes.
'Cause
Well, we already have some of these growing in our other AeroPod. Or
AeroGarden.
AeroGarden, sorry. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just here for moral support, honestly.
Okay, and then I want to try something different. I bought some stevia seeds. I don't know if stevia is a sweetener in a lot of, instead of using sugar, we use stevia a lot. And I was wanting to try to grow my own stevia, and we have a dehydrator so I can dehydrate it and make my own sweeteners.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. I don't know how well it'll do in an AeroGarden, but we're going to give it a try. It may or may not work, but that's okay. Okay, for me to grow the stevia, I bought stevia seeds. Actually, I got them off of Amazon. And then you can buy a Grow Anything seed pod kit.
Says so right there.
So you can put your own seeds in the peat or the moss that's in there. Hopefully it'll help your plant grow. So we're going to give it a try and grow some stevia.
So let's see what's in that box.
And all your kits, you always come with plant food.
So you can see here it has the individual little, as she said, moss. I can only assume that's the correct term. I don't know. And then, of course, the little carriers and little tops.
You can
also
write on
go
your tops so you know what it is.
And then liquid plant food as well. Let's see what the seeds look like. I bet you they're tiny. Well packaged though. Oh, what's in there?
Oh my.
Let me
So
see.
Very, very tiny.
I told you, look at that.
I might have to do a couple.
Oh my.
See if any of them will sprout.
I don't know if you can see that. Those are,
I didn't realize they were that
those look
little.
like little tiny gnats or something. Oh, you're gonna have fun planting that.
I might need tweezers.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Can you imagine being the person that has to harvest those seeds? How do you do that? Got little tiny tweezers going through, picking them out.
Not sure. I'm gonna dump it in my hand. Couple.
Do you want to go get some tweezers first?
Let me see if I can. If not,
You might need some tweezers. This looks very sketchy to me.
I'd be surprised if anything.
Can you imagine that in my hand? Brrr.
All right, I got 2 in
You
my
got 2.
hand.
Yeah.
Static electricity. There, I got
3. She goes 3.
I think I'm gonna.
I don't know. Don't risk it.
I'll do 4. 'Cause there's
Living on the edge. Oh, there's 4. I see
Alright,
it.
I got
Actually,
4
looks
in
like
my
maybe
hand.
5.
Wow. I think we'll be lucky if anything pops out of there. So
I don't know how you're going to get him in that pod thing.
just carefully.
What? Oh. This is where having fingernails helps, I guess.
I might need my glasses to see that.
Might need some magnifiers.
I don't know if it's in there.
Hold on just a second.
Let me get my glasses. Okay, got the glasses on so I can see. Popping it in there.
I'm sure you can hear our little dog Ollie walking around. He's fixated on my wife, so he wants to have her hold him all the time. Little Chihuahua, you know how that is, I guess. He's
Okay, almost done. I think I put 5 in here. If any of them grow, if I get more, like too many, I will just cut them out. But I'm thinking we'll be lucky just to get 1 to sprout, so. Okay, pop that in there. I'm going to put that there.
the number 1 slot.
Oh, I need to write stevia on this, so we know.
I think you'll know.
Alright, the ones that don't have anything written on will be my stevia. I think this is a sticker.
Oh,
Maybe not.
nope.
I should have read the directions on that. Okay, got my seeds in the hole in the peat moss. Wrote stevia on my label. And it says to take an iron in the directions about 300 to 400 degrees to be able to secure your label on there.
Basically, you're going to heat up the label and attach it to the top of that plastic carrier.
Cool down a second. Yep, it's nice and secure on there. Put it in there. I gotta put my domes on those. And we are good to go. Okay, we need to add the plant food, which it may have said to do that when we added the water, but got a little ahead of ourselves, so I'm just gonna add it now. And according to the directions, I have a 9-pod model, so I need to add 2 capfuls of the plant food at startup, and on the second feeding, 2 capfuls, and then every 2 weeks after that, I'm gonna be adding 3 capfuls. So I give it a little shake.
Now, what's the interval you said? Every 2 weeks?
Every 2 weeks, but this will let you know.
So the
keeps a
monitor will
timer.
tell you when it needs more.
It counts down for you, so you don't forget. And it also tells you when you need to add water, because it senses when the water level is low.
So she'll close that up, and then we'll go over some of the stuff on the screen and how it tells you the operations of this AeroGarden.
Okay, this screen is showing the status of your garden. It's showing the light cycle, where it is on the cycle. The water status, it's telling me that my water level is good. And it'll go red if it needs more water, or it'll let you know. And the plant food, it counts down. So every 2 weeks, you'll have to add the liquid plant food, and the directions are on the bottle of how much to add. So it has a little countdown timer on that too. And then there's more options. It's a touch screen, so it's just more options. You can change your clock. You can have your pump run. This will automatically kick on the pump, but if you want it to kick on while you're there, you can have it kick on. Let's see what it does. Yeah, you can do a test pump and it'll kick on for 1 minute, because if you're not sure if it's working, you want to know if it's working, just kick that and it'll kick it on. You can change your settings, and settings are correct.
Go to your back. Okay, you can go to the back button then. Click on that again. Your settings. Now I see there's other boxes. You got lights, quick plant, help and tips. So obviously there's some help built into that. Plant food, and again, we talked about this earlier. This one does have a Wi-Fi option. You can see that it's got a little box there that says Wi-Fi, and you can get a model like this without Wi-Fi. My wife wants it with the Wi-Fi so she can actually hook it to her phone, but that is an option, just so you know. This is our first AeroGarden, and it is a bit different than the one that we will be assembling. And I just want to show you that, because down here is the monitor that shows you how long it's been in operation and then how many days until it needs more food. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. And then it just has a simpler set of buttons on it. And of course the green light over here tells you that it's good, and if it turns red, you'll need to do something.
And this is the harvest model.
So a little smaller, but she has been harvesting. I think, what is this one?
This is thyme.
Thyme. And what is this one?
Curly parsley.
And then
this is dill.
Dill.
A lot of good dill off of there.
It's a good dill on dill.
And then the two in the back
are cherry tomatoes. And there are tomatoes growing on both of them, I believe.
All the blooms.
Yeah, there's... And so this thing's been doing really well.
There's only one pod that did not sprout for me. And that was, I'm not sure what it was. Yeah. Can you see what it says?
Mint.
Mint. Mint did not sprout for me.
Not mint.
And I just left it there as a spacer.
To let the other ones know that if they don't perform, they'll end up like that one. So obviously, she's been trimming off from this one. And so, you know, she'll trim this, and then you've been freezing some of this, correct?
Yeah, I've been trimming it, chopping it up, and then putting it in the freezer. We do have a dehydrator, but when I've read online, it retains more vitamins if you freeze it instead of dehydrating it. So,
little useful tip for you.
If that works, you could do either one, but I try to do the tallest ones that are touching the light.
And this one, the light doesn't go as high, just so you know. So we've got to be a little more careful with it. But that'll be it for this one. She'll continue trimming this dill. And pretty soon we'll have some cherry tomatoes to eat. Looking forward to that. Okay, so that's the end of this video. As you can see, this is Ollie. He's the one that was prancing around on the hardwood floors, so you may have heard him. Sorry for that, but he wants to be around Mama. But again, that's it for this video, and I hope it was helpful. If you would, be so kind, give a thumbs up on there, like, share, all those cool things. And I did want to make a mention. You know, anytime I open up one of these packages, I try to make sure and look at it because it says recyclable. So I'm trying to make more of an effort as time goes by to recycle plastics and such. It's worth it for us as a community, as a society, and we all see the bad stuff that goes on with plastic filling up the oceans and those sort of things. So if you can, make that an effort for yourself as well. But that's it. Thank you for watching, and take care of yourselves.
Bye.
Are you ready? High five.
I feel like a dork.
Okay. Okay, obviously my wife is shorter than me, so I'm going to have to duck down a little bit, just the way it is.
Okay, well this model, it's Wi-Fi enabled.
No. You're blocking that.
Here?
No, I haven't focused on this. I'm only showing this.